Okay, in today's class, we will discuss about the concept of hypothesis testing. In the previous class, we discussed about point estimate and confidence interval, and we also see how using point estimate and confidence interval, we were just doing statistical inference. Okay, so this is what another method of doing statistical inference, and this is a very important field in statistics. Okay, and why do we need hypothesis testing is, suppose we calculate the population mean. Okay, so let's take the population mean as some value. Okay, so let's take 100, and after we calculate the population mean, or example, we'll take that the average age, okay, or not average, okay, average height of all the Indians. Okay, so for the whole Indian population it is 100. Okay, so whole Indian population is 100. Now we do a sample mean, we calculate a sample mean also. Okay, and let us that be 90. Okay, so or yeah, the sample mean that we have calculated is 90. Now, should I need to accept this or reject this? Okay, so should I need to accept this or reject this? Okay, is what is the answer is given by means of hypothesis testing. You can do a hypothesis testing, and you can just decide whether you will accept it or you will reject it. Okay, you can test this sample mean and population mean calculation whether it is really correct. Okay, using the hypothesis testing. For example, let us take for example a machine. Okay, let's take a candy making machine. So it is said that the machine makes a candy of 5 grams. Okay, 5 grams, and then the machine was subjected to maintenance. Okay, so then we did the maintenance of the machine, and the machine did not do 5 grams. Okay, that was the claim from the workers. Okay, so before that it was doing 5 grams, and after that it was not doing 5 grams well. Okay, so now we can really there are two statements. Okay, one statement is the machine made 5 grams, and the other statement is the machine did not make 5 grams after maintenance. Was the two statement. So now whether you are, which one you are going to accept and which one you are going to reject, okay, is what is you can get using hypothesis testing. So in the hypothesis testing, you will have two statements, as I told you. Okay, so we saw that in the two examples that we saw, we had two statements. One is the null hypothesis. Okay, so you will have a null hypothesis. So what is that null hypothesis? Null hypothesis is the accepted fact. Okay, so what is that you will accept? Okay, for example, here the null hypothesis may be, it is usually mentioned as H naught. Okay, so the null hypothesis is machine makes 5 grams. Okay, so that was the accepted fact. All right, and then you have the second statement called the alternate hypothesis. All right, so what is that alternate hypothesis is, which you do not accept. Okay, which just did not accept the null hypothesis, or a contradicting statement to the null hypothesis, or a statement which says the null hypothesis is may not be accepted, it may be wrong. Okay, for example, here the machine, so usually it is represented by HA or H1. Okay, so the alternate hypothesis says the machine did not make 5 grams. Okay, so the machine did not make 5 grams. So this is what is the first step for hypothesis testing. Okay, so what is the first step of hypothesis testing is, you have to state the null and alternate hypothesis. Okay, you have to state the null and alternate hypothesis. Now, after you state it, what you will do? Okay, so after you state it, what you will do? Number two is, the second step is set. You have to set the level of significance. Okay, so we will be setting the level of significance. Okay, so what is that level of significance? How many percentage do you believe the null hypothesis? Okay, what is the percentage of your belief on null hypothesis? So you can say, I believe it for only 5%, or you can say, I believe it for 1%, or you can say, I believe it for 95%. Okay, now this is what is the level of significance. So if the level of significance is not specified in the question, you can just take, you believe it for 5%. 5% is usually take it as default. Okay, you believe it for 5%. Then the fourth step is you have to compute. All right, you have to compute. What is that you will compute? There are two values that you compute. One is the Z value. You can compute the Z value, or you can compute the P value. Okay, so usually in our class, we will do the Z value calculation. Okay, so now Z is nothing but it is given by the formula X minus mu divided by the standard deviation divided by root n. Okay, this is a formula for the Z value. Okay, X is what you say that which deviates from the normal. Okay, the normal is mu, and X is what you say it deviates from the normal, and sigma is the standard deviation, and root n is the total number of samples. Okay, so you can say that the total number of accidents per day, okay, it is said that it is 100. In India, it is 100. But a claim was made that it is 120. Okay, a claim was made that it is 120. And now the total number of samples taken to justify this was a day. Maybe I'll take 24 hours. Okay, it was for per day it was taken, and sigma was around 2.3. So you substitute all these values in this formula, you will get Z. All right. So this is the third step. I have mentioned that before. Third step. Okay. So you calculate the Z value. Then the fourth step is you have to justify. Okay, whether you accept the hypothesis, or you just whether you accept the null hypothesis or you reject the null hypothesis. Usually we'll accept or reject the null hypothesis. Okay. So you accept it or you reject it. Now, how do we say that I accept it or reject it? So using the level of significance, all right? So the level of significance has certain value that you can refer it in a table, okay? There is a standard table. So for example, if it is 95%, the value is around, the Z value is 1.943, okay? 95% means the table value is 1.943. Okay, it's a very big, you would have experienced this in your probability mathematics. Okay, you will take a small table along with you for the exam. Okay, so when you refer the table for 95%, it is 1.943. So there are two tests that we do. Okay, there are two tests that we do. One is the one-tail test. Okay, one is the one-tail test. For example, 1.943 is this. Okay. If your computed value, if your Z score, okay, if your Z score is greater than this, somewhere else here in this region, okay, so let's say this is 1.943. If your Z score is in this region, you will reject, okay, you will reject. If your Z score is in this region, you will accept. Okay, this is what is the region of rejection and region of acceptance. That is what is the final stage. This is called one-tail test. You call it as one-tail test. When do we go for one-tail test? Whenever your result, your Z score is a positive value. Okay, this is called as a one-tail test. Okay, so when your Z score is a positive value, usually one-tail test is good. You can just do it using one-tail test itself. The other one is a two-tail test. Okay, what is a two-tail test? Whenever your Z is a negative value, you just go for two-tail test. That is, based on your level of significance, you will have two boundaries. One is the plus boundary, the other one is a minus boundary. So your level of acceptance is this. Okay, if your value falls within this range, then you will accept your hypothesis. If your value fall here or here, you will reject it. Okay, you will just straight away say, I'm not going to accept the hypothesis. Okay, you understood? So these are the 4 steps for hypothesis testing. Number 1, you state. Okay, you state a null hypothesis and also an alternate hypothesis. Okay, number 2 is you will set. Okay, what you will set? The level of significance. That is how you believe it. Many a times they'll give in the question itself, or sometimes if that's not given in the question, you can just have it. Okay, The third one is compute. So what we will be computing? We will be computing the Z score with the formula x minus mu divided by sigma divided by root n. Okay. And the last step is the make. Okay. Or you will justify. Okay. So what is that you are going to use? A one-tailed test or a two-tailed test. Using this, we will be justifying. Okay. So we'll solve quite few example problems. So here, see here. The problem says, I want everybody to read this question. An alternator manufacturer must produce its alternators so that they are 95% confident that it runs at less than 71.1 degree. So they are very much confident that 71.1 degree was the heat generated when they run their alternator. So this was the accepted fact. Okay. Then, under stress test, in order to meet the production requirement for sale of US government, the stress test is performed on random samples drawn from the production line. So they just perform 7 alternators. Okay, so and they perform a test, and it is understood that it was 71.3 degrees centigrade. Okay, so when they do a sampling test, the mean that was obtained there is 71.3, and the standard deviation is this much. So they have asked that, is there any production quality issue? Okay, you were asked to justify using hypothesis testing. Really, is there any production quality issue? All right. So now let's just do it. Let's first step, we are going to state the hypothesis. Okay, we are going to state the hypothesis. What is a null hypothesis? Null hypothesis says that the population mean is less than, okay, so less than 71.1. Okay, it is less than 71.1. All right, that is 95% the accepted truth. All right, but what was proposed? The alternate hypothesis reject that it is greater than 71.1. Okay, they say it is 71.3, which is greater than 71.1. Okay, so we have stated it. Then we will set it. Okay, so when we set it, we have to give the level of significance here. The level of significance is specified in the question itself. They say 95%. We believe that it is the null hypothesis is correct. Okay. Now we should the next step is compute. We are going to compute it. Okay. So what is that we will compute? Z score. We are going to compute the Z value. Z value is x minus mu divided by sigma into root n. What is that? X is 71.3, the sample mean minus the mean, okay, population mean divided by, what is the sigma? Sigma says that it is 0.214 divided by the 7 samples were taken. Okay, it is 7. So when you do a calculation of this, you get 71.3 minus 71.1 divided by 0.214 divided by 2.645. And at the last, you will get the value Z is equal to 2.472. Right. Now, the last step. This is the first step, this is the second step, and this is the third step. And the last step is you have to justify. Okay, how do you justify? For that, this 95 is 0.95. Okay, it is converted into 0.95. What is the confidence value, or what is the value? You have to refer the table. Okay, so you have to refer the table. So in data science, this value will be given for you. Okay, in our subject, this value will be given. So this value is given as 1.943. Okay, when referring the table, it is given as 1.943. Now, we will just take it. Okay, so this is the draw. Let's draw the one tail. Okay, here it is 1.943. But what is the Z value that we have got? Z value is 2.472. So this is what is the accepted region. But now your value falls in the reject region. Okay, your value falls in the reject region. That is, your Z is greater than, if it is positive, okay, your Z is greater than, sorry, not your Z. Well, yeah, Z is greater than 1.943. So we are going to reject the null hypothesis. hypothesis. Okay, Z is greater than 1.943. So you're going to reject the null hypothesis. What is the meaning of that? What he says is wrong. Okay, so it is not 71.1 degree. It really shoots up greater than 71.1 degree. So there is really a production quality issue. Okay, you have to look into the production quality and check out that the production quality is solved. Okay, the quality is corrected. Okay, so this is how you will do a hypothesis testing. Okay, we'll see one more example also. Yeah. Now, let's read this question. All of you read this question. Shall we do this? Okay, a principal at a certain school claims that the students in his school are above average intelligence. A random sample of 30 students' IQ scores have a mean score of 112. Okay, so I'll just underline the very important points. Is there sufficient evidence to support the principal's claim? The mean population IQ is 100 with a standard deviation of 15. Okay, so actually the mean is only 100. The accepted fact is, okay, so let's first do the state. Okay, let us state the hypothesis. All right, how do you state the hypothesis? I say that the mean population is only 100. All right, but the principal claims that, let's say the alternate hypothesis, okay, he claims that it is greater than 100. Okay, it is greater than 100. All right, then now we have completed the statement. Okay, the accepted fact is the mean IQ is 100 only, but the principal says it is greater than 100. It is 112. All right. So the second one, what is the second one you will do? You will set the level of significance. Here, to set the level of significance, the significance is not given. So I say I believe it for 5%. Okay, I'm going to, by default, I'm taking 5%. Okay. The third one, compute. Okay, so do the computation. So we are going to compute it. Okay, and it is said that x minus mu divided by sigma divided by root n. Okay, what is that x? X is 112, the sample mean. Okay, minus population mean divided by standard deviation divided by root 30. 30 samples were taken. Okay, so you divide it by 30. So now when computing this, you will get the value is 4.56. Okay, the value is 4.56. Now the level of significance for 5, that is 5% means 0.05. So refer the table. Okay, refer the table. All right, when you refer the table, the value is 1.645. Okay, when you refer the table for 5%, it is 1.645. So shall we justify? Okay, we'll draw the tail test. The value is positive only. So let us go for one tail test. This is the Z, this is the level of significance. Let's take as yes, 1.645. But where is the Z score? Z score is 4.56. It is in the rejection region. It is greater. Okay, that is Z value is greater than 1.645. So the null value is rejected. Okay, the null hypothesis is rejected. Why it is rejected? Because the Z score is greater than 1.645. So can we support the principle? Okay, can we support the principle? The principle, okay, he claims that it's above average. Okay, so that is greater than 100. Okay, so it is not 100. It is of course greater than 100. Okay, this is rejected. Okay, it is not equal to 100. it is greater than 100. So the principal's claim can be accepted. Okay, the principal's claim can be accepted. So this is an example problem for hypothesis testing.